Good morning, everybody. On our journey here through Scotland, we are stopping at the Kelpies. And it is super windy, so hopefully
it sure is.
mics aren't too muffled by the wind, but it's kind of crazy. This place is supposed to open up at 9:30, and there are a bunch of people here already. Lots of bus tours of people coming in and checking it out. So we're not gonna stay here for very long. We are only gonna be here for just a few minutes, take a photo, maybe check out the gift shop, and then we're gonna be heading out to tour some castles. We're gonna do a wine tasting.
A whiskey tasting.
We're gonna do a whiskey tasting today and a tour before we head further north up the coast to another castle. So let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. In our last video, we explored Edinburgh for a few days. We did a city tour and even saw the Edinburgh Castle, and while the weather wasn't that great, it was still a lot of fun. But I was really excited to get out of the city and start making our way into the countryside. This is our Scotland road trip where we are taking 10 days to try and see as much as we possibly can. For this entire trip, we decided to use an app called Wanderlog. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. We don't receive any commissions or anything. We just really enjoyed this app. We thought it was super useful and helpful, and so we wanted to share it with all of you. And essentially what we did was we found a few places that we wanted to visit in between Edinburgh and Inverness. We put those into the map and then did an optimized route.
I actually think maybe we set the camera up back here and take a picture with it.
Well, I want to make sure you can see both the heads.
Oh yeah, I guess there's that ear there.
So we're gonna set the camera up here to take a photo. And we're kind of questioning whether or not we're allowed to step out into the grass right now, but we're gonna see, and maybe if somebody yells at us, then we'll step off the grass. But there are no signs that say you can't stand on the grass. So we can grab a photo real quick.
Full slow steps, look at me. Look out in the distance.
Oh.
I knew it, right in the mud. I am not posting that on anything. That is embarrassing.
Why? So they have some coffee and cakes that you can get here, and burgers and chips.
The Kelpies were a very quick stop. All in, we were here for only about 20 minutes to take a photo, use the bathroom, and then buy a souvenir before we hit the road again. Now, each time that we plan a road trip, we try not to overplan, which can be very complicated, because we want to leave time for spontaneity, to see something and just say, hey, let's stop here, see what this is, and check it out. And we did that a lot during our California road trip, which you can go back and check out here or down in the description. But the next place that we were going to stop along the way before we made it to the Glen Turret Distillery was at the Doune Castle. This is a huge kind of shooting spot, I believe, for Outlander.
You don't turn soon enough, is what the
Well,
problem is.
I know, because I'm on the right side and I'm not used to that.
Got plenty of room over here. Tons of room on my side.
All right, so we are here at somebody's gonna correct me if I'm wrong, the Doune Castle. And it's kind of cool. They've got this pretty long walking path actually. It's called the Village Walk that you can take, and it takes you actually down to the River Tythe, potentially is how you say it. I hate saying that. I hate doing that stuff, but yeah, we're gonna go into the castle and check it out. Thank you. How much more is an Explorer Pass than the regular?
So, quite good. It lasts for 14 days, and it costs £44. So
Per person?
Per person, yes. But if you are going to, let's say, Edinburgh Castle, it's £22. Stirling Castle is £19.50. Year 10.
Oh yeah, I did want to go there too. We might go there towards the end, so yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, okay. Would you like the audio guide and take a photo ticket?
Yes, please. So we are touring the Doune Castle here. I am pronouncing it correctly, that I found out. And what's really cool is that when you purchase your ticket here, you get a little, almost looks like a phone. I saw people at Edinburgh had these, and I'm like, what the heck are those things? So to tour, but it's just a listening device. So they load basically everything on here so that you can walk around and get a audio guide to what's happening. So it's kind of nice. When we did some of our tours in other places, you didn't have one of these. So you had to rely on listening to somebody else giving a tour or book a tour. And so different areas have different numbers, and you just type the number in, you hit the play button, and it works, and it's super cool. Really easy to listen to. It has a headphone port, so if you want to plug your headphones in, you can still listen to it that way. But yeah, it makes it, I think, a little bit more enjoyable to like understand a lot more of the history rather than just kind of walking around and not knowing what anything really means. So,
do you want a picture together? Yeah. Yep. I took a few. Yeah.
Taylor just took a little photo for a couple. Oh, that was so nice.
He's like, oh, would you?
Yeah. So we just finished touring the castle, and I kind of wanted to walk down.
I see.
Yeah, we still have about an hour before we need to hit the road and head to the distillery. So I kind of thought that maybe we would kind of walk down into the river here and check that out. So I'm not sure which path we're supposed to take. I see people going down that way. And you are here, so I'm not sure. We're just gonna walk it and see what happens.
Gonna find out, I guess. What is that?
I don't know. Must be like a place for like just maybe water to run.
I think it's got a third eye. Ugh.
After our little walking tour around the castle, it was time to make our way to the Glenturret Distillery. Now this is a distillery that was originally maybe formed back in 1775. We got all of the details during the tour, but you can see how malt whiskey is produced here at Glenturret. It is one of the oldest operating distilleries here in Scotland, which is why we picked to come and check it out. And then, of course, at the end, you get a little tasting. So we're going to show you a little bit of the tour itself. We're not going to put the whole thing in here because really you should come here and do the tour yourself and then decide whether or not maybe you should buy a bottle of whiskey.
Right, now, in Scotland, they make three kinds of whiskey. They make a blended whiskey, which is Johnny Walker, Teacher's, Grouse and all the other ones. They make a blended malt, which means you've taken malt whiskies and combined it from different distilleries. Glenmorangie, Aberlour, Highland Park, Cardew, mix them together, that's a blended malt. Now they're all made from barley, but you've combined them, so it's going to have a completely different flavour. Now in here, we only make single malt whiskey. And that barley has been taken from the field, harvested, then you put it in water for up to about 24 hours. And all the sugar inside there wakes up, wants to grow. So like Smusketville, this is going to make sweet whiskey. Peat, turf, Torbay, different names all over the country. And then 3 months of the year we make slightly smoky whiskey, and that's because the water here is very, very, very pure. I'd never seen a machine that was still operating that had wooden springs. Because those 4 pieces sticking up are wooden laminated springs. And there's approximately 120 of these things still operating. And there's 8 in America, there's 1 in Japan and 1 in India, and a whole bunch here in the UK. Came to here, but it had no roof. It was open. And in there we put the crushed barley, we add the hot water, you should take that down. And that's a rouser. And the stillman would stand out here and break all the barley up by hand, and walk all the way around and disturb it. So, this is the only room where we make alcohol, and we leave it to make itself. But it takes 4 days. You go to a modern distillery, 2 things, that's going to be stainless steel. And stainless steel is cold and inert. Wood breathes. That's why we use wood, because we don't need anything else. We have no heating systems, we have no cooling systems, we have no mixing systems, because we use wood.
Is the T-Rex still at the Pittsburgh airport? Like when you come down?
I think so, yeah.
We run operations all the way up from West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Newfoundland, everywhere, and Texas. Used to go to that airport and there's this massive great T-Rex.
Yeah.
If you come down the escalator, there's a full-size T-Rex standing next to you. Just the bones. Beautiful layout.
Now, in here is where we really got a more fine-tuned description of how the whole process works, of going and making the spirit itself. And what we found really interesting is that this giant copper piece of equipment here is different. At every single distillery, there's something different about it, so that yours is a little bit different than, you know, somebody else's. And we just thought that was really kind of cool. This is just another interesting kind of deep dive into the making of whiskey itself. And so from here, we went into the tasting room and got to actually try some of the whiskey.
Because you're driving,
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Now, what you can do, okay, you're not Jägermeister, do not neck it in one go.
Yeah, no.
So, you have a whiskey in front of you. Please take one. I don't say share, don't share with him, but don't give him a lot. Now, the first thing you want to do is hold this up to the light. It's meant to be a light golden colour. No wavy lines, no mess, nothing in it. Right, can I see yours, please? I'll give you back. Don't worry. Now, if I take that glass and I just rotate it on its edge like that. Now, if you look at that glass, you can see arches sticking to the wall. Yep? Yep. That's oil. Now, unless you've got a very good sense of smell, just bring it up to your nose, take one single smell, and remove it. Give your nose and your palate time to relax. Have a taste a little bit, just a fraction, because I'm going to change it. Not a lot, just a touch, just so you can understand the difference. Now, all I'm going to do is that. What I want you to do again is taste it again and tell me what the difference is. Do you think it's hotter, smoother, spicier, more fire? Whatever reaction. And everybody's reaction could be different, so don't worry about someone else. Smooth. Smoother. Okay.
Spicier. Spicy.
Yeah, it's a little spicy. Yeah.
What I did is basic chemistry. Oil and water don't mix. I put 2 drops of water on the oil broke up, and the flavour that was trapped in the oil went back into the whiskey. And that's why you go in a bar in Scotland, there's jugs of water on all the bar so you can pour water in it. And believe me, 95% of people don't know what it's for. They know they put water in it, they don't understand why they're doing it.
All right, everybody. Well, we are obviously back, and I thought I got video of this while we were there, mostly on GoPro. Definitely didn't get on the camera, but I thought I had it on the GoPro, but it died while we were checking out what they had for sale inside of the shop there at Glenturret. And I did want to share this because it is a pretty big deal. But I actually bought a bottle of whiskey. So this is their Triple Wood. It is still considered a single malt whiskey, even though it's a blend of their single malts. So I guess they can still call it a single malt, but this was what we had tried. I did enjoy it. I will probably still be adding some water to it when we do decide to open it. But yeah, I haven't opened it yet. It is still sealed up, and I don't know, maybe we'll save it for something special to open or special occasions. Not that it was that expensive. I think this was about maybe 60 pounds. You know, so maybe 75, 80 bucks American dollars. So as far as whiskeys go, wasn't the most expensive thing that they had there, but was probably on the cheaper side. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. It is I don't know, I feel like it's a more real whiskey than it is anything else. So just wanted to share that real quick before we make our way over to Stirling Castle.
So we have had to make a few changes today with our schedule. We were going to go up to the Doune Castle, which is up on the East Coast, but unfortunately, because it is super windy, they actually have closed the castle. So we decided to backtrack into Stirling, and we're at the Stirling Castle, which we were going to hit later on in the trip, but you know, we've got time. So we've adjusted, and we're here, and we're going to go explore and check it out. And apparently, they've got unicorns or something. So let's go see. So sure enough, we had no idea, but there are unicorns here at the castle, which is kind of funny.
So touring castles in person never gets old, but through video it can get a little stale. It's really difficult to show you the scale of the castle, all of that detail, and then also like kind of give the history of what that castle is there for and what its representation is. But if you do have the opportunity, it's worth coming to here in Stirling and learning about all of its benefits and not benefits and you know, everything that was involved with. It also offers these really great and stunning panoramic views because it is located up on top of a hill. Now, one thing that we did notice, though, is that Stirling Castle is very, very educational. It has a lot of setups for both adults and also for kids. Some things are interactive. Some things are just, I think, broken down a little bit easier for younger people to understand. But as you tour through the castle, you'll find all kinds of stuff to learn about. But they also have one of my worst nightmares, and that's face characters who are more than happy to interact with you and share so much history in character.
Have you come from far away?
Yes.
The New World? The New World? Oh, whereabouts?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, the Pennsylvania! Yeah!
Yeah, in my real life, my cousin lives there, so I do know about the
Do you?
Pennsylvania. Yeah. But also, we do know a little bit about, or probably more misleading information about the United States at this point, because we got told that the land of Californiania is an island of Amazonians.
Little misinformation, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, and the only Florida I know is the Spanish ambassador. Yeah, but we're already importing cochineal beetles from the deep southern states of America, so the ones like Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and in the country of Mexico as well. These cochineal beetles live there, and so the King James V, being besties of the King of Spain, well, we got our cochineal beetles imported to paint the palace and to paint the face and the
All right.
So even though you're from the New World, and even though it's not specifically from your state, but it's still from the United States, so there is a New World connection in this old royal palace that was built by Mary Queen of Scots' parents. So that's why this is an eagle and a unicorn rather than two unicorns, for example, because this is a marriage crest. So this is to show the marriage of Marie the eagle of Lorraine with the Scotland unicorn. Because when you get in heraldry, you can't use heraldry you're not born into. So when royals marry and nobles marry, like myself, we do this. We join our coat of arms together. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, the love knots tell you it's a love thing.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and you also see them around the initials. Jacob and Maria together forever. Only 6 years. 6 years was their marriage. Yeah, he died of dysentery. He was 30 years of age at the time. Yeah, so only a 6-year marriage. A bit like my first marriage, it was about the same. My dear Willie Wallace died of fever quite early in our marriage. And then I got made to marry my third cousin at Earl of Castles. So hey, that's why I'm countess now. Yeah. So. Yeah, Kennedy feuds. There's 4 branches of Kennedy and we're all fighting. Yeah. I know. What can you do? Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy your visit to the palace.
Now, after we finish touring the castle, we still have about a 2-hour drive to get up into Inverness, stay for the night, and also find some food. So we decided that it was time to head out, but, you know, things don't always go as planned.
You alright?
Oh,
Got caught in a rock?
I don't know.
You're okay.
Oh, God.
Let me help you over here.
Oh.
Buddy.
Do you think I broke my foot? I think I might pass out.
No, you're not. Yeah, she just tripped and fell right here. So. This lady's just falling over.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Probably.
I can give you an ice pack.
That's actually what I was going to ask for. Yeah.
Take away and we'll help. I'll give you a wee hand.
I'm a nurse at home, so.
So yeah, I just need to be honest.
I don't want to be dramatic, but yes.
No problem. I will be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Just right back up to the car park there.
Oh, why am I after that?
Oh, afterwards, we're driving up to Inverness.
Oh, I see. A long rest for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on the docket up in this.
We're just staying there for tonight, and then we're gonna go north up to the John O'Groats.
Oh, yeah, going all the way.
All the way up, yep.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
Black Owl Bar, delicious pizza.
Okay.
So good.
Oh, were you getting the door?
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain didn't do that.
So we don't have any mics on, so you'll have to bear with me. But we have made it to this little pizza bar. It's called the Black Isle Brewery. Or bar. Brewery or bar.
Brewery.
Yeah. And so they have some pizzas, that's all they serve, and a few sides and like a salad or something. So Taylor's got a venison and salami or something like that.
It's venison salami.
Venison salami. There's some mushrooms on there. And then I got a spicy lamb. I don't remember everything else that's on there, but looks really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And we're hungry because we haven't eaten in hours, like a long time.
So Josh was trying to pick it up, but it was falling apart. It looks pretty heavy because it's got a lot of toppings on it. But this is the spicy lamb. It smells really good. Good pizza.
Yeah, it's really freaking good.
So I guess Josh was like looking at the menu and stuff. A lot of this stuff here is like homemade and locally grown and sourced. It's a lot of cheese. He says it's almost like a gyro on a pizza. Or if you're from the US, a gyro.
Taylor's gonna go in for this one.
Try. Oh yeah.